Hello everybody, I'm Michael and we are with Bakasana. Now it's the high intensity and we're going to go into a full Bakasana practice. If you need something a little bit more basic or simply lower intensity, go to the low intensity or to the medium intensity under the same title, Bakasana. Always listen to your own body and enjoy. So we start in the same way, lying on the back, feet on the ground, knees bent. Breathing in, arching the lower back. Breathing out, pressing the lower back into the mat and activating the abdomen. So we've done this. And out. So even entering a more intense practice or sometimes a more advanced practice, it really can be a very good idea still to start with something basic. Give your body a chance to get into it. Like re-establishing connections. Again, in and out. Just one more time. Lifting the head and the shoulder blades. Pull the right thigh to the chest. Exhale, stretch the other leg. Inhale, change. Exhale, left thigh to the chest. In and out. The lower back stays on the mat. In, out. So, rounding the spine. Give it enough time so that you really feel the pulling of the thigh to the chest and the pulling of the chest to the thigh. Now lengthen the arms and do this without the help of the arms, of the hands. Still try to touch your thigh with your chest every time. Two times each side. Ooh, feet on the mat. So back to the arching and the flattening of the back. Just a couple of times. Good, and now roll over one side. And we're gonna go to cat and cow just a few times. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hip. Inhaling, arching. Exhaling, rounding. And it's not just rounding, it's also widening the back. In and out. In and out. And now we sort of take it a step further, or it's a different pattern from here. Inhale, exhale, roll forward and try to really round the upper back as you roll forward. Press the hands into the mat. Inhale, arch. Exhale into downward dog slowly. Let the sit bones sort of lead the way there. Inhale, stay here. And now lift the heels and roll forward. Also here, press the hands into the mat. Round the upper back. Knees on the mat, inhale. Exhale, child. We do this a few times. Out, forward. In, arch. Out, downward dog. In, stay. Out, roll forward. In, arch. Child's pose, a deep folding in the hip joint. So the child's pose here is actually really important. Again, out. In and out. In, out. In, out. Last time. Exhale. In, out. In, reach. Out, rounding the upper back. In. Child's pose. Come again to stand on all four. Just coming a little bit higher on the fingertips, knees closer together. Inhale, lengthen the right leg. Try to touch the forehead with the right knee. Exhale. Again, in and out. One more time, in and out. Other leg, in. Forehead touching the knee, or rather the other way. In and out. Last time, in and out. And just go back to cat and cow, mostly for the sake of the fingers. Give them a little pause. Go back to something basic. Let the pulse again slow down. We're going to do something similar, but with more weight on the hands. So we go into a downward dog. And you can make this downward dog a little bit smaller than your normal downward dog. Also, feet closer together. It's not a 100% real downward dog. And then lengthen the right leg. Inhale. And now you don't want to touch your forehead, you want to touch the right upper arm, almost like the armpit, with the right knee. Again, in and out. In and out. Last time, in and out. Other leg. In, left leg, reaching back. Touch the left upper arm, armpit, with the left knee. And at the same time, round the back and press the hands into the mat. Out. In. Out. Last time. Whew. Okay. Walk the feet to the hands. This we know by now. So we have our Bakasana tailored forward bend. It's not really a forward bend. The feet are shoulder width apart and the knees are bent. And what you're doing here is you are fitting your knees into your armpits, or covering your knees with your armpits. Maybe it's not perfectly possible for everyone, so see what is possible for you, getting as close as you can to this perfect fit. And here you can relax the neck. Later when we go into Bakasana, you don't want to relax the neck because you don't want to roll on the head and neck and sort of do something you'll regret. So you're going to actually look to the floor. But for now, in this position, relax the neck. Okay, and then we go into it. So the hands are shoulder width apart. The feet are not so far away from the hands. They can be so it's like a third downward dog, something like that, the distance, maybe even less. And now it's all about pressing the hands, rounding the upper back. The inner edges of the feet are going to stay together, but the knees will separate, and the knees will come as close to the armpits as possible. Let's see how it works. Breathing. So bending the knees, separating the knees. And we have done this, touching and shifting the weight a little bit forward. Now we're going to start bending the elbows to shift the weight a little bit more forward. See how that works? And then we're going to lift one foot and maybe the other one. Maybe stretching the arms a bit more. Okay? And for the second round, if you want, try another option is to transition from there straight into chaturanga. It's from sort of curling yourself up like a ball to opening up like a string. Can be a nice thing to try out if you feel ready for that. So I'm gonna try and demonstrate that. From here, trying to think of this rounding of the upper back, bending the elbows, not outwards, but the elbows are pointing back. So for the transition, you sort of think forward, but you also send your legs, your feet backwards. Okay. Come to lie on your front side. Take a moment, relax. Relax the head more than what I'm doing. I'm just trying not to breathe too much into the microphone. And come into a Sphinx pose. So elbows just under the shoulders. Let's do it more like in a yin yoga style, actually relaxing the leg, even spreading the feet a little bit wider, relaxing the legs and lifting the chest a little bit. So in a way, really targeting the lower back. Give it a contra movement to everything we've done until now. And then slowly down and come into your locust position, hands on the mat. Now the legs are more active, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest and lift the legs as well. Good. Shake the hips, the legs. So, you've done it. Repeat it, do it again, go back to a lower intensity, or choose something else you want to try out to do, and hope to see you soon.